Good afternoon, fellow viewers. Welcome back to Easy Mathematics. Last week, we were not able to upload a video because of one or two reasons. A program that was going on also prevented us from uploading a video. But last 2 weeks, we talked about powers of numbers. That is how to multiply and divide powers of numbers. And we said that if you are multiplying any powers of numbers, you have to use the law of indices. So last week we studied the laws of indices and we were able to look at the first law. The first law, we were told that if you are multiplying and the base are the same, pick one base, add the powers. That is the first law. And the second law too also said that if you are dividing and the powers are and the base are the same, you pick one of the base, then you subtract the powers. That is if you are dividing. And that is the second law. And the third law is also saying that if a power has been raised to another power, multiply the two powers, then you go straight forward. We looked at examples. Today we want to do some examples under division and multiplication of powers, and we'll the last one under powers, which is the exponential equation. So let's say we have simplify, and simplify is the common or the most common word in mathematics. When you say simplify, then it means you have to do something. So simplify, the first one says that 14x raised to the power 5, y raised to the power 3 divided by 7x raised to the power 2, y. How can I simplify this? First of all, look at the numbers and ask yourself, are the numbers in powers? No. 14 is a number, not in powers. 7 is also not in powers. So I will say 14 divided by 7 will give me what? Or this can be written as 14x raised to the power 5, y raised to the power 3, all over 7x squared y. This is in power of 3, so the power here is 1. So with this, I can say that 7 will go into itself 1, and 7 will go here 2 times. So I'm going to get 2 for the whole numbers. I'm dividing. I have x to the power 5 and x to the power 2. Because the bases are the same, I will subtract the powers. So I will subtract 2 from 5. That will give me 3. So this will give me x raised to the power 3. Here too, y are the base. Y are the bases here. Y is the base here, y is the base here. So I will say bases are the same, I'm dividing, subtract the powers. So if you subtract 1 from 3, you are going to get 2. So this is the answer for this one. Last 2 weeks we did more examples on it, and we want to cover up on what we did. Then we also looked at the second law, which is multiplication. So this one took the second law, and this is the first law. You are multiplying. Because this is not in base, in powers, this is also not in powers, we will multiply the two numbers. So 5 times 2 will give us 10. When you come to the variable here, this is m raised to the power 2, m raised to the power 3. If you are multiplying and the base are the same, you add the powers. So this will give me m raised to the power 2 plus 3, which is equal to 10 m raised to the power 5. Because we are multiplying, we have to apply the first law of indices. And the first law says that if you are multiplying and the bases are the same, add the powers. So this will be the answer for the second one. Then this is also just like the second law of indices. When you look at the numbers are not in powers. So we are going to divide 48 by 12. If I divide 48 by 12, what will I get? This is the same as 48 over 12. 12 will divide 48 4 times. So 48 divided by 12 is 4. Now when you look at the variables here, we are going to apply these variables using the law of indices. If you are dividing and the base are the same, we pick one base, then we subtract the powers. So 3 minus 2 will give us 1. Now you come to kill. You are dividing. The base are the same. You subtract. So kill. What are the powers? 4 and 3. So 4 minus 3 will also give us 1, which is equal to 4p cubed. So this is the answer for this. Now let's take the next one. We have a squared all raised to the power 3 times a cube all raised to the power 4 all over a squared raised to the power 4 times a cube raised to the power 2. When you take a critical look at this question, this looks like the third law of indices. So if you know the third law, which says that if a power has been raised to another power, multiply the powers, you'll be able to do this. So let's tackle or deal with these ones first. So the third law said, or it says that any power raised to the power, multiply the power. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 3. 2 times 3 will give me a raised to the power 6. So this times this. Then the sign here is times 3 times 4. So this will all give me a raised to the power 12. All over the same thing here. A raised to the power 8 times a raised to the power 6. So when you look at this, we can say that this has been simplified to this, and also to that, using the third law of indices. From here, when you look at the numerators, this way, we can say the bases are the same, and you are multiplying. What do? Add the powers. So I'm going to add a raised to the power 6 plus 12. And 6 plus 12 will give me 18. All over. You are multiplying. Bases are the same. Add the powers. 8 plus 6 will also give me 14. So a raised to the power 14. So I'll be able to simplify all this as this. And when you look at this also becomes or looks like the third law of indices, the second law of indices, which says that if you are dividing and the powers are the same, and the bases are the same, subtract the powers. So the base here is A. So I'll pick 1A, then subtract the powers, which is 18 minus 14. 18, if I take away 14, I'm left with 4. So this will give me A raised to the power 4 as my final answer. So this is the third law of indices. We apply the second law of indices, and now we've applied this is the third law of indices. We've applied the first law of indices, and now we've applied the second law to get A. So we can say that with this question, we've combined all the laws to get the answer. Now let's at the last one. You say simplify 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. All over 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. We are going to deal with the ones with the common numbers. So we write this one in an index form. More of this, you can visit our previous videos for more explanation. So this will give me 2 raised to the power 3 times 3 raised to the power 2. Sorry, 3 here. So 3 raised to the power 3 all over 2 raised to the power 2 times 3 raised to the power 2. From here, we cannot multiply this way because the base here are not the same. But we can divide it this way. So we can say this 2 raised to the power 3 divided by 2 raised to the power 2. We can deal with that. The bases are the same. What do? Subtract the powers. So I will say 2 raised to the power 3 minus 2 times. The bases are the same. You are dividing. What do? Subtract the powers. 3 raised to the power 3 minus 2. So this will give me 3 minus 2 is 1. So 2 times 3 minus 2 is also 1. So 3. This gives me an answer of 6 because 2 times 3 is 6. These are more examples on how to simplify powers of numbers. That is addition, division, and multiplication of powers of numbers. Let us look at the next one, exponential equation. One will ask, what is an exponential equation? These are 2 different words that have been brought together. We have exponential. When we say exponential, it means a number that is having a power. So 2 raised to the power 4 is an exponential, or it is an exponent. So we can say 2 exponent 3. Go. Now when it comes to the equation, what is an equation? An equation is a mathematical statement having an equal to sign. So any mathematical statement having an equal to sign is an equation. But if there is a power on top of one of the numbers, it becomes exponential equation. Example, let's say we have 2 raised to the power x is equal to, let's say, 8. This becomes an exponential equation. Why? There is an exponent and there is an equal to sign. So this is an example of exponential equation. Now, under the exponential equation, it says that if you are having the same basis, equate the exponent. Let's say you have a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power n. Because the bases are the same, I can equate the powers by saying that, therefore, n is equal to n. So example, let's say I have 2 raised to the power x is equal to 2 raised to the power 2. Because the bases are the same, 2 is the same as these 2. These bases, this is the base, this is the base, these are the exponents. Because they are the same, I can say x is equal to 2. So if the bases are the same, we equate the exponents. Or we say the exponents are the same. Now when it comes to the exponential equation, it is you. You are the one to make sure that the bases are the same. So how can I let both bases be the same? Let's say we have to find the value of x. Find x. If 2 raised to the power x is equal to 8, find x. If 2 raised to the power x is equal to 8, so we have 2x is equal to 8. Now look at where the x is. The x is on top of 2, or the x is an exponent of 2. And this is equal to 8. So we have to make sure that this 8 looks like something just like this. So ask yourself, if 2 is the base here, then 2 times 2, how many times will give you 8? 2, 2, 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we can say 2 raised to the power x is the same as this 2 in terms of 2. This 8 in terms of 2 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2. So 2, 2, 4. 4, 2 is 8. So 2 times 2, 3 times will give me 8. So I can say 2 raised to the power x is equal to 2 raised to the power 1, 2, 3. 3. Because the bases are the same here, I can say x that I'm looking for is equal to 3. And this is how the exponential equation looks like. Good. Let's take another example. Let's say we have 5 raised to the power a is equal to 25. Let's take the easy ones. And as we master the easy ones, the rest will be also easier for us. Bear in mind that this is easy mathematics. We make it easy for you. So 5 raised to the power a is equal to 25. The number that is having the exponent a is 5 and is equal to 25. So this 25, ask yourself, how many times of 5 will I use to multiply to get 25? So I'll say 5a is equal to 5 times 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. So this 5 times 5 is representing the 25. And when we were looking at the powers of numbers, we said that when the number is multiplying itself a number of times, we raise it to the power. So we say 5 raised to the power a is equal to 5 is multiplying itself 2 times. So we say 5 raised to the power 2. Because the bases are the same, what do? Equate the powers. The power here is a, the power here is 2. So if I'm equating the powers, I'll say a is equal to 2. I'll be able to find the value of a. This is as easy as ABC. Let's take the other example. We have, if 3 raised to the power n is equal to 27. If 3 to the power n is equal to 27, find n. So we have 3 raised to the power n is equal to 27. This is the number having an exponent. So ask yourself, 3 times 3 times 3, how many times will give you this number? So I'm going to say 3 raised to the power n is equal to 3 times 3. 3 times will give me 27, because 3, 3, 9. 9, 3, 27. So this is the same as 3 raised to the power 3. So this 3 raised to the power 3 is the same as 27. Now you can see that the bases are the same, 3, 3. So I'm going to pick the powers, which is n and 3. I will equate them by saying, therefore, n is equal to 3. Let's try the other one. We have 2n plus 2. 2 raised to the power n plus 2. This is equal to 8. This is the 2 that is having the power. So let this 8 also look like 2 raised to the power. So this will give me 2n plus 2 is equal to 2 raised to the power 3. 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 is multiplying itself 3 times. And this will give me 8. Because the bases are the same, 2, 2, we equate the exponent. So this will give me n plus 2 is equal to 3. So n plus 2, I want n, not n plus 2. Because they said I should find n. So how can I find n? What I'll do is that I'll lift the 2 from this side to the other side. And we were taught equations. So I'm going to say n is equal to 3. Then the plus 2 will cross the equal to sign to this side. When the plus cross the equal to sign, it will change to negative 2. Then I will say n is equal to 1 as my final answer. This is the exponential equation. So if you are solving for the exponential equation, make sure to let the bases be the same. Then you equate the powers. If you have this and the bases are the same, because the bases are the same, you pick the exponents, then you equate the exponents. And this is how we solve for exponential equation. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Next week, God willing, when we meet, we'll talk more on the exponential equation. This is just the introduction of the exponential equation. Thank you for staying tuned. See you next week, Friday, same time. Please don't forget to subscribe so that anytime we release a video, you will be notified. Thank you and God bless you. Please, you can sponsor us by calling the numbers on the videos that we uploaded previously. Because some of the videos that we uploaded previously, our contacts is there. So you can contact us and support this educative program. God bless you and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. See you next week Friday. God willing. Bye-bye.